Now, good afternoon. Let me go straight to this one. I hope I can title it "No One is Useless," right? No one. Look at this, my palm. This one. Physicians say that this palm carries 100% activity, right? And that this one carries 50% of that 100, 20% of that, 15% of that, and then the other 15 is shared between these two. These fingers are called thumb, index, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger, littlest finger, or pinky. This one, they call it 3 names. This one. Now, if something happened to any of those fingers, physicians say, upper hand physicians say that the activity of this whole palm will drop by nearly 50%. Now imagine that this littlest finger here, which carries less than 10% activity among this team, that if something happens to it, for example, it's amputated or it's got some accident whatsoever and it's inactive, that the activity of the whole of this palm will dwindle by about 50%, not 10%, 50%. What does that say to me? In a team, don't ever qualify yourselves as the brainy, the brilliant, the whatever, then the senseless or the stupid. There is nobody who is stupid in a team. You may be shocked that if you had a solution, if you had a problem in an office and you're asking for solutions, for suggestions, which is what I practice a lot of times with my staff, always. I like to hear people's views. You'll be shocked how brilliant people are. Sometimes also, the ideas that some people bring up are laughable. I agree. But you know why those ideas are laughable to us? Because we don't think out of the box. That's the word. We don't think out of the box. So we limit the talk or suggestion of that person that sounds stupid in this matter. We limit that his thought or our thought to this concern. This is the problem. Now, this is the solution that the person brought. And then you say, no, the solution does not meet or solve that problem. It doesn't solve that problem. But do you know what? If you modify this solution, or you keep the solution in an archive, this solution is useful somewhere else in that same environment. If you modify it, it will solve this problem. If it doesn't solve this problem and you archive it, it will solve another problem. That suggestion is always a solution to a problem. It may not be appropriate at this point, but it will always be appropriate elsewhere. What am I trying to say? Never underestimate anyone among you. Now imagine that you have a load. There's a picture like that, 10 people have to carry a load, all of them have to carry it together. So imagine that you say, and our people say that a team is as strong as the weakest link, right? Yeah. Because if the weakest link drops us down, then the whole team is coming down. So imagine we're carrying that load, 10 of us, but one of us is weak. Of course, the load becomes heavier for the other 9 people, right? I.e., every single person in your team is valuable, is useful. You'll be shocked what some suggestions would actually turn out to be. if you're patient enough to listen from a broader view than the present problem. I used to have a particular staff. He's in the US now. He probably will be watching this, Samuel, in my office. You know, it was one of my staff. So we hold this Monday meeting every week. Monday meeting in the morning. First meeting Monday. You know, first thing to do. Sorry, every Monday is meeting in the office. And when we throw a table, we usually discuss the past week, discuss the present week, discuss, you know, AOB. He always comes up with a view that I remember that two other guys always laugh at him. Always. They always laugh at him. Always laugh at him. In fact, once, and he always has an idea. He's a thinker. Sometimes those things don't fit. I take note all the time, so I put it down. Like whatever he's saying, I put it down. Every time I see something in what he's saying, I do all the time. But when it relates to the point on ground, it just doesn't fit at all. Nearly 60-70% of the time, it doesn't fit. But it is always an idea that is useful. Always useful. And then I'll look at the guys who will laugh. They are always ready. Once Samuel says, I have something to say, those guys, they are already laughing. Because they already know he's just going to say something. But let me compare. I'm not sorry to say this. Let me compare the two guys and Samuel as it is today. This must have been in 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. No. Yeah, 2005, 2006, maybe up to that. You know. If you compare those two guys who laugh at him, let me put them in one piece like this. And Samuel, today, 2021, today, they cannot stand him. They can't stand him. He's somewhere in the US. He's gone to school. He left the office. Usually when you come and work for me, your education has to come. It has to come it has to be important to you. You know, if you have a first degree, you must be trying a second degree immediately. You have a second one, you must be trying a third one, which is your PhD. You just got to try something hard. If you're with me, around me, that's it, really. So he left after that, his school start or something like that for school, and we watched him graduate. Did so well. 1-2 years, gone to serve 1 or 2 years after that, gone to do something in the US, maybe school or something, still there. But it's someone that always has an idea, something is always popping in his head. Don't discard the thoughts of the people with you. They will always be useful for you as a leader. Have a very good day.